What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, we made it home for a couple days and we're getting ready to head back out on the road. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. But today we're going to dive into my top 5 items that are a must-have on a boat. You know, these are things that I've kind of learned each year. Another thing kind of gets added to this list that every boat I have from now on is going to have these items. It's a must-have. It just makes life easier, makes you safer, keeps things secure, all the good things that you want on your boat. And I think this list right here is a must-have on all of your boats. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, do me a favor. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're pumping out 3 videos a week right now. We're trying to really grow the channel, so I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe. But if you guys are ready, let's jump in and I'll go through my top 5 items you need on a boat. All right, first and foremost, we're going to start right up here, and that will be this right here, a Trickstep. I'm telling you guys, once you have a Trickstep, you cannot have a boat without a Trickstep. It is by far the best and easiest way getting in and out of your boat. No more climbing over the gunnel and jumping up the fenders. None of that. Literally, it's just 3 steps straight up into your boat. Super easy. Okay, you load up your boat on the trailer at the end of the day. You need to strap it up. You come down here. You can get down, strap up your boat, do all that. The Trickstep is an absolute must-have. By far the best and easiest way to get in and out of your boat. Loading up tackle, rods, going to the cooler to put ice in at the gas station. I mean, it's endless how many times I go up and down this Trickstep, and it is definitely a must-have. I will never own a boat without a Trickstep on it right there, and it's absolutely incredible. People will make fun of me. They say it's an old man step, but they just haven't experienced the Trickstep yet. Once you have one, you won't have a boat without it. That's a fact. Okay, next up, let's head to the back of the boat. Start at the front. We're going to go all the way to the back now. And this is more for ease of use. And we're going to go with this right here, the Bass Fishing Electronics power pole light. Let's lower the power pole so we can get a better look at this. And turn the lights on right there. Okay, so this little guy right here mounts to the side of your power pole. Bass Fishing Electronics designed this light. It is completely waterproof. You can use this all year. It's not going to yellow, not going to get water in there, completely sealed and waterproof. But this is just ease of use. So now you don't have to dig into your rod locker, get out the light post, stick it in the post, and it just adds such a hassle when you need your lights. And it turns into a safety thing, you know, because there's plenty of times where, you know, I'm like, well, I don't really feel like digging in my rod locker, but I really probably need my lights on. Now you just hit the button, your lights pop right on. This right here, Bass Fishing Electronics power pole light. I'll never own a boat without it right there. Okay. Moving on from the power pole light, we're moving on to a safety issue, and I think this should be mandatory on every bass boat, and that's the leash. So this guy right here goes around your motor, mounts to your jack plate, so it's a safety cable. You know, there's been plenty of instances lately where you hit something, your motor comes flying off, and then once this thing's flying off and that prop's spinning, it's going to fling back into the boat with a prop that's spinning, and that's super dangerous. So this leash right here protects that, and it will keep that motor from going up and hitting you in the driver's seat. So the leash is a must-have. I mean, it's super cheap in the grand scheme of your things and your safety, and it will keep your motor secure if you would happen to ever hit anything. This is actually the first year I've run a leash. You know, I've always seen them, thought about it, but again, this is one of those things that every year I get a little bit more safer, figure out another thing that is a must-have on the boat, and the leash right here is definitely one of them. All right, let's head to the console. Next up, we got two things at the console right here. I don't know if you guys can guess them or not, but first up, right here, the DuraSafe E-locks. I mean, we got all these electronics on the boat, so much money tied up in electronics. A couple more dollars to keep them safe and secure from anybody stealing them with the DuraSafe E-lock. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So, I will never own a boat without the DuraSafe E-locks on here. Keeps all my units secure. That way I don't have to take them off every day. You know, it gets really into a hassle of having to take your grafts off every single day after you're out on the water. So I like the DuraSafe E-locks. The cool thing is I have locks on all 6 units that are on the boat, and I can unlock them all with this one key. So they're all key-to-like. All I need is one key. I can unlock all of them if I ever needed to get them off for a service issue or anything like that. Simply use this one key, unlock them. Just like that, and then you're able to take a screwdriver, loosen that up, and get that unit off if you need to. So, DuraSafe E-lock, definitely must have on your boat. Next up, staying right here, you probably won't be able to see it, but on these right here is the graph glass. So, this is kind of a personal need because last year I broke 2 of these screens by hitting it with a bait. So I decided to get the graph glass, protective glass cover that goes over your screen, and now I'll never own a boat without them. I mean, like I said, the cost in the grand scheme of things is so low, but the protection is worth it because, like I said, I broke 2 of these screens and it was not cheap to replace them. So the little bit of added cost up front to protect my screens on my units, to know that I could literally smack this with a jig and the screen on that unit is not going to break. It'd only be that graph glass that would break, and then I can replace that. And it's much cheaper than having to buy a whole new unit. So that's another thing that kind of got added this year that I definitely feel like is a must-have on your boat. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when we're really sitting down doing the numbers on prices, it is worth the upfront cost for the protection so that if anything ever were to hit one of these, it's not going to break, and you can simply just swap out that graph glass. So that's going to wrap up this list. Hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys next time.